you just got a 20% raise. Which means, on paper, you are richer than you have ever been. But adjust for what's actually happened to prices and you are poorer than you were 5 years ago. That's not a mistake in your math. It's a trick built into the number itself. Picture a $50 bill from 1990. Same bill, same paper, same face printed on it. Back then, it covered a full cart of groceries. Today, it barely covers one bag. Nothing about the bill changed. What changed is what it can buy. Economists call that the gap between nominal dollars and real dollars. Nominal is the number printed on your paycheck. Real is what that number can actually purchase. Your brain almost never makes that distinction. It sees the number and stops thinking. Look at your own salary over the last 10 years. It probably looks like a staircase, climbing steadily upward. Now lay a chart of prices over that same decade. Suddenly, the staircase looks a lot flatter. Some years it barely climbs at all. This gap between what you earn and what you can buy has a name: purchasing power. Purchasing power is the only number that actually matters. Here's a cleaner way to see it. Take the price of a house. In 1970, the median home cost about $24,000. Today, it's well past $400,000. On the surface, that looks like a house got 20 times more expensive. But wages rose too, so the sticker shock alone tells you almost nothing. What actually matters is how many hours of average work it takes to buy that house. In 1970, roughly 4 years of median income bought the median home. Today, in most cities, it takes closer to 7 or 8 years. That's the real story, not the sticker price. The hours of your life it costs. Gas is the same trick, on a shorter timeline. A gallon in 1990 cost about $1. Today it's closer to $3.50. That sounds like gas got 3.5 times more expensive. Adjust for inflation and the real increase is far smaller, sometimes barely there at all. Your gut reacts to the sticker. Your gut never adjusts for inflation on its own. So why does your brain fall for this every single time? In the 1920s, an economist named Irving Fisher gave it a name: money illusion. The tendency to treat the face value of money as if it were the real value. Decades later, psychologists tested it directly. They gave people 2 scenarios. In one, you get a 2% raise while prices rise 4%. In the other, you get a 2% pay cut while prices don't move at all. Do the math, and both scenarios leave you exactly as poor. But most people rated the pay cut as far more unfair. Same real outcome, completely different gut reaction. Why? Because a cut feels like loss immediately, and a number you can see. Inflation quietly eating your raise feels like nothing, because it's invisible and it's slow. Your brain is built to react to sudden, visible threats. It is terrible at noticing a threat that moves 2% a year. That's not a character flaw. It's a brain built for the savannah reading spreadsheets. A tiger jumping out of the grass, your brain catches instantly. A price creeping up 4 cents at a time, it never even registers. So every year you re-anchor on the new sticker price, and it becomes the new normal. This is the same trick from the last video wearing a different mask. Back then, lifestyle inflation ate your raise from the spending side. This time, actual inflation eats your raise from the pricing side. 2 jaws, same trap. Now here's where it gets uncomfortable. Money illusion isn't just an accident of human wiring. Certain players benefit enormously from you never noticing it. Start with anyone who owes money. If you borrowed $100,000 10 years ago, that debt was fixed in nominal dollars. It never adjusts upward with inflation. But your income slowly does. So the real burden of that old debt quietly shrinks every single year. That's fantastic news if you happen to be a government holding trillions in bonds, or a corporation carrying long-term debt on its books. Inflation doesn't just raise prices, it erases debt silently. For whoever owes the most. Meanwhile, wage growth gets advertised as good news even when it barely is. A headline says wages rose 5% this year, and it sounds like a win. Nobody puts the inflation number in the same size font. If prices also rose 5%, your actual raise was exactly 0. But the headline already did its job. You feel richer before you've checked the math. Companies play the same game from the other direction, with something called shrinkflation. The price stays exactly the same. The bag quietly gets 20% smaller. Your brain, anchored on the sticker price, doesn't notice a thing. You're paying the same inflated price per ounce wrapped in a shrinking package. Even your bank statement plays this trick on you. It shows your balance growing every month you don't spend it. It never shows you what that balance can actually still buy. A number going up feels like progress even when it's standing perfectly still. None of this is a conspiracy exactly. It's just that money illusion is free money for anyone smart enough to use it. An expensive confusion for anyone who never learns to see through it. There's a political version of this too, and it shows up every election cycle. Politicians love announcing the largest raise in program history in nominal dollars. It sounds enormous on a podium. Adjusted for inflation, it's sometimes barely a rounding error above last year. Nobody boos a big round number, everybody boos a cut. So policy gets designed around what sounds good in nominal terms, not what actually helps in real terms. Even the minimum wage debate runs on this illusion. A number set a decade ago sounds the same today because the digits haven't moved. But what it actually buys has quietly shrunk every single year it stayed frozen. A frozen nominal number is a silent pay cut, dressed up as stability. So here's how you stop getting played by your own paycheck. Rule 1. Never evaluate a raise in dollars. Evaluate it against inflation for that year. If inflation was 4% and your raise was 3%, you didn't get a raise. You took a pay cut with better marketing. Rule 2. Convert big purchases into hours of work, not dollars. A dollar amount is an abstraction your brain glosses right over. Hours of your actual life or not. If something costs 12 hours of work, your gut tells you the truth. A price tag won't. Rule 3. Track your real net worth, not your nominal net worth. Once a year, take your savings and adjust them for inflation since you started tracking. If the adjusted number isn't climbing, the nominal number climbing is an illusion. Rule 4. Distrust every headline that reports a percentage without the inflation rate beside it. A 5% wage increase and a 5% price increase are not two separate stories. They're the same story, and the second half usually gets left out on purpose. None of these rules take more than 5 minutes a year to apply. They just require one extra question every time a number looks exciting. What does this number actually buy? Not what does it say? Let's run one real example so this isn't abstract. Say you make $75,000 and get a 3% raise this year. That's $2,250 extra dollars nominally. If inflation for the year came in at 3% as well, pause and do the math. Your real raise is $0. You are standing perfectly still. Your take-home number went up, and your actual life stayed exactly the same size. That's not a disaster. It's just the truth, and the truth is useful. Now flip it. Say inflation was only 1% that year. Same 3% raise now nets you a genuine 2% gain in real terms. Same nominal raise, wildly different outcome, and the only way to know which one you got is to check. One line in a spreadsheet, once a year, and you're no longer guessing. Your bank account was never lying about the digits. It's been lying about what those digits mean. Once you see the gap between nominal and real, you can't unsee it. Every raise, every price tag, every headline starts looking different. That's not a bug. That's finally reading the fine print the economy never wanted you to read. It also means you'll stop panicking over nominal drops that aren't real losses at all. And you'll stop celebrating nominal gains that aren't real gains at all. 2 skills, 1 habit. Always ask what a number is worth, not what it says. That single habit will outperform almost every investing trick you'll ever see promoted online. If this connected some dots for you, the next video goes even further. We're going to look at exactly who profits when a government decides to print more money. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Because once you understand who benefits from that confusion, a lot of the news starts making a lot more sense. And next time someone hands you a number, ask what it's actually worth.